Today on Inside Houston Real Estate, we are in Upper Kirby and we are bringing you an exclusive first look. This home we're going to share with you today has not even hit the market. We are the first to show it to you. It is built by Mazan Construction and we absolutely love what they do. Without any further ado, let's get this tour started. Welcome back to another episode of Inside Houston Real Estate, where we feature some of Houston's finest properties. So before we take you inside this beautiful new modern construction, let's talk about the exterior. So let's start here, Morgan, with the garage. I love the steel and glass garage door. You have the fluted wood paneling going around. It's tinted, so you can't see in, but I guarantee you when we go inside, you will be able to see outside. I also love the contrast of the home. I'm a big fan of modern builds. So these linear lights that frame the entryway, the large windows in the entire front of the house allows for tons of natural light to come inside. And the contrast with the black window frames and the white paint going up, this to me is absolutely spectacular. Now, let's talk about this door, and everything that this builder does comes together. It's amazing. So you have your fluted wood framing the door, you have wood paneling at the top, and folks, look at this pivot door. I mean, this is spectacular. Steel and glass, also the contrast here with the brown and the black handle, really, really nicely done. So follow me inside. As we begin this tour, I want to give a huge thank you to the listing agent, Bardia Sammy of Mazan Realty, for allowing this tour to take place. So let me give you the specs. This home is 4 bedrooms, 4.5 baths, 4,604 square feet, built on a lot that is 5,500 square feet, and will be hitting the market next week, listed for $2,095,000. And if you want some information on this house after seeing this tour and you'd like a private tour, definitely reach out to us. Our contact information will be in the description below as well. All right, immediately to my right off the entry, you have this beautiful study. And what I love about this builder is the use of steel and glass. And as we go through this home, it is flooded with natural light because the window manufacturer uses known as Ram windows, and they're known for these custom windows that are expansive and flood the entire home with light. You're going to see a generous use of these windows throughout, but take a look at this study area. I love the light fixture. I love the fact that they do linear vents for your heating and your cooling, keeping that nice modern sleek feel. This fluted panel wall as your backdrop here in this office is absolutely spectacular. And also take a look at this built-in cabinet. They really choose and select some of the nicest materials and finishes in all of the builds that they do. So folks, if you're looking for a custom home builder, you definitely want to reach out to them because they will truly build you the home of your dreams. Now, off of this study, I want to point out this area, but before we go in, look at these solid doors. And Morgan, we can point out the detail. I'm going to get a little ridiculous here with this, but this is just not some flat door. It has some design element to it. The baseboards are also very nicely done. It's just not one piece. And if you look down here, and I don't know if this will pick up or not, but look at the detail of the baseboard. And this right here, I believe, is a first on the channel. We do see a lot of storage areas under closets, but off of the office, Morgan, I'll let you step inside. And folks, this house hasn't been listed yet, so you're gonna see some supplies and things, but disregard that. I want to point out all of this storage space you have here right of your office. This is a great place for luggage, you name it, whatever you need to put there. All right, so that takes care of the office. As we leave the office, take another look at these French doors. I think these are really nice and really complement the space. All right, stepping back into the entryway, take a look at the design of this wall here. All of these little downlights here. So at nighttime, and hopefully we might get some night footage of this house. You're gonna really see how this home pops at night. But this is just a nice presentation here. And then here to the right, more storage space. So this is a coat closet. And folks, you know, you all have been in many homes. You've been in many homes with us here on the channel. Normally a coat closet, you step in about this far, you hang your items and that's it. But this is a closet you can step in. So the design of this home really maximizes storage space. They make use of every square foot of this house, which is absolutely wonderful. Let's make our way to the living area. Before we get there, there is a beautiful lit staircase, which we will cover later on in the tour. Now, Morgan, this is a really nice space. And what we're looking at here, folks, is kind of a signature design with this particular builder. A generous use of porcelain throughout this home, which I'm sure you're gonna love. But you have this porcelain wall. Obviously, you can hang your flat screen here. The porcelain wall surrounding this fireplace. And then what I also like about this is you have these built-in glass shelves with the lighting on the inside. And we've seen this on some of their previous builds. Lighting, glass, windows, open areas is a signature of this builder. And then on the opposite side, instead of going with the same glass shelf design, here instead of splitting up, you have the longer glass floating shelves, also with the lighting. I really love this modern design. How do you feel about this, Morgan?
I love this home. I think they did an exceptional job with the lighting. I mean, these are the touches that, to me, they always stand out in a modern home.
Right, and you know, I've read a lot about them. I spoke to their marketing person, and they're very careful about personally selecting all of the materials that are used in the house. They're very particular about it, and that's what you want when someone is building a home for you.
Even down to the paint colors that they choose, I think, are very nicely chosen.
It's just perfect. It's absolutely perfect. So let's talk about the size of these sliding glass doors. So you have 3 panels here. The hardware is really cool. It's nice and sleek. You push this in here, the handle pops out, and then we can slide this open. And it's got a nice slide to it. I mean, I literally have one arm on here. So let's step outside. And you can see here, they haven't done it yet, but they're probably putting in an outdoor kitchen, is my guess. You have your hot and cold water lines. You have your drain. You have your gas line here, electric. That's gonna be for your vent hood. But this is a nice space. I love the tile that they chose here. And also, let's talk about the fact that they kept with the steel, the black steel with the glass, which matches all the other windows in the house. And on the opposite side here, there's a place for you to hang a flat screen. And more, I just think this is really nicely done. Up at top, you have some areas to put in surround sound if you're gonna do that, as well as there's an outlet above your head over there. So you can make this a nice entertaining space. And the yard, like I said, this lot is 5,500 square feet, so not big, but it's enough if you wanted to do a small pool or an area where you can get wet on the hot summer days. It's just large enough. A lot of people don't want the maintenance of a huge yard. So if you're someone like that and you want something easy to maintain, this could be the perfect house for you. I don't know what is my favorite part of this house, but I love beautiful kitchens. I also love beautiful primary bathrooms. And folks, stick with us because when we go upstairs, we're gonna show you a spectacular bathroom that is definitely perfect for couples. But before we get there, let's talk about this amazing kitchen. So folks, you have all Thermador appliances. So look at your setup right here, your microwave, your oven, look at the size of this refrigerator. It's practically like a commercial size refrigerator and freezer. I love Thermador appliances. And I'm gonna point out every little detail, so don't get pissed off at me because I'm going a little extra on this one. But check out the cabinets above, and that's on both sides. So there's even more storage. And I love the way these fit flush to the wall above, so it just looks kind of seamless. Now, the island, and I believe, and the developer will correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe these are porcelain. They're either porcelain or quartzite, this island, and it's absolutely beautiful. And underneath, this builder's also known for the generous use of lighting throughout the house, as we've seen earlier in the tour. But take a look at this, folks. You have underneath, you have more cabinet space. And there's 4 cabinets here, so plenty of room for storage. But yet, the island waterfall edge comes out, and you have enough room to put easily 3, possibly 4 bar stools right here. This is very nicely done. I love the pendant lights, and this is what we saw in the last home we featured that they built, is instead of having the pendant lights hang directly from the ceiling, they put these beams in to give you some more design feature to this home, and it's just a nice touch. Now, Morgan, let's talk about this, because this is really a chef's kitchen, and a lot of builders, they might put a sink in like this, but they're not gonna give you the extras. So this is what I love about this. They actually got the Ruvati cutting board and all of the Ruvati accessories. So we're just gonna move these to the side for a second. And Morgan, you can give our viewers a look at this sink. I mean, it's a beautiful sink. I don't know, I get excited about the little things, like a sink. What do you think about this?
Me too, and it's less money I have to spend.
Right. So, hey, you're spending $2,095,000 for a house. I guess they could throw in all the little accessories, right?
I think it's only right.
Right. You also have designer hardware throughout. I love the cabinetry. Once again, the countertop matches the island, under cabinet lighting, beautiful shelving on each side. So another feature that they really do is they tend to bookend a lot of things. So you have your vent hood here. Look at how this is framed. And then you have these shelves on either side with the LED lighting built in. You have this amazing Thermador 6-burner range gas with the griddle in the middle. Nice. And obviously you have all of your little extras. So here you have a spice drawer. And guess what? It's bookended with another one on this side. So just nice to have all of these spaces, and obviously you can see that's on soft close. On this side of the island, you have your trash storage here, and obviously your dishwasher's built in. Folks, leave us a message in the comments. What are your thoughts on this kitchen? I absolutely love it. Now, moving into this area, which is really gonna be your breakfast nook, your dining area, you can see the size of this space is quite expansive. Once again, the ram windows allowing for that natural light to flood the area. And here we have a built-in, I know my mother used to call this a credenza. I don't know how many of you have heard that word, but I like the fact that they did this kind of smoked mirror here, which even makes the space feel larger. Same type of countertop as you have on the island. And beautiful presentation here with the drawers, really nicely done. And then this area is bookended by your wine storage built in on either side. And you also have lighting illuminating the area. This is spectacular.
It's beautiful. It's such a vibe.
You know, I watch a lot of YouTube videos and we see homes that are $10 million and 15 and 20 and $75 million. And this house for the price of $2,095,000 incorporates a lot of the features that we've seen on some of these homes that are listed for astronomical sums of money. Now, one thing while we're here, Morgan, I do want to point out, if you are an art lover and have a tremendous amount of art to hang. Look at the amount of wall space. You have this entire wall here, but how many times do you see wall space in a kitchen? So follow me this way, and as we go through the kitchen, look at the size of this wall here. This is a great place to put some art as well. Normally you don't have this in the kitchen.
You're so right. That's a really good detail to point out.
Yeah,
I didn't even notice that.
So it's very nicely done. And then let's show the pantry, because this is I hate to say this, but this is a sexy pantry. If that makes sense to you all. So you have a pocket door here to close it off, and the same type of doors that we saw earlier. Really nice. And Morgan, I'll let you go inside, but beautiful countertops. And this is a great place for you to put your dry produce that does not need to be refrigerated. You have tons of drawer space here. These are soft close as well. Built-in cabinetry. And then the little details like the linear window here to once again allow some natural light to come in. Very thoughtful design. And let's head this way. You don't have a mud room here, but this is kind of like a mud area. So if you wanted to, you can obviously put some hooks here if you thought you needed to hang some coats or jackets, but you have plenty of drawer and cabinet space here for whatever you need. I just love the design of this home.
Me too. What do you say? We go halvesies.
Halvesies? Yeah. Well, you know, I think you should pay 3/4.
Oh.
I raised you.
I need to sell a little bit more before we get there.
All right, so let's take a look at the garage. And we mentioned this earlier, folks. It's a steel and glass garage door. And now you can see what I was mentioning earlier. You can see outside, but you couldn't see in from the outside. This is pretty high. I don't know the height of this garage. I would think it's 12 feet. You may be able to get a car lift in here. But what I also like is the fact that they did the epoxy flooring in here. So that's great in case you have oil spills. But also take a look at the baseboards that sit above the epoxy. I mean, builders typically don't do things like this. So the attention to detail, once again, is really nice. Also, it's a 2-car garage, but you do have a little area here to the side. So maybe if you have bicycles or things like that, it's just some more storage space inside the garage. All right, so let's go back inside and continue the tour. So just off of the garage area, as I mentioned earlier, there's 4 bedrooms and 4.5 baths. Well, here is your half bath, which is your powder room. And this is really nicely done. It's reminiscent of the last house we filmed of theirs, where you have this beautiful, I don't even know what this is. It's like a stone. And folks, I wish you could feel it, but it's kind of fluted. It's ribbed if you ran your hands across it, but you have this lighting. And how many homes do you all go into where you see the mirror going all the way up to the ceiling? Now, some may say, well, what do you need all that for? It's just nice. It's nice to have that. It opens up the space. Take a look at the countertop here around the sink. I love the fixtures. It's suspended here. And then the beautiful thing with this powder room is that they mirror each side. So when you look at this side, you have the same textured stone wall here. And here, instead of having a mirror, because you don't need one above the toilet, is you have this beautiful stone wall, and it goes from floor to ceiling, and this matches the flooring that we're standing on in here. You also have beautiful baseboards. I love this powder room. You may have some guests that don't come out of here. You'll be like, where did
it's going to be hard to get your guests in.
Yeah, like, where did John go? You mess around and put some good, oil diffusers in here.
Hey, a heated toilet seat.
A heated toilet seat, it's over.
It's over.
Your guests aren't leaving. You'll be like, look, checkout is Friday at 11 a.m. You have to leave. All right, so we're going to take you upstairs. That concludes the tour of the first floor of this home. So let's head on up. All right, so another distinct feature that this builder is known for is lighting on the stairs. And this is just really nice. It is daytime and it still looks amazing. At night, it's got to look spectacular. I love the railing here. Folks, these aren't your typical cheap little spindles. These are thick, really nice, wide, and it's open, so it maintains the open feel of the house. And as we come up to the landing here, I want to point out that you have these downward lights that mirror what we saw in the entryway when we came inside the home, but also you have these beautiful ram windows. I mean, you have this, they're like picture windows. You look out, it looks like it's a painting. This is just beautifully done. Love the light fixture that's here. And then once again, look at all of the wall space here. I would have a field day in here hanging art. It would be low, it'd be like a gallery. So let me continue on up. And it's just beautifully done. The floors are beautiful in here. So Morgan, on this landing here, you have some area. You could put a desk there if you wanted to. I would probably leave it just as is. I know in one of the other homes when you said maybe put a chase lounge in here, make it a little bit of a reading area with a little, maybe like kind of little cocktail table or something, or an end table. It was a nice space, more wall space. And then here, look at the size of this linen closet. I mean, the depth of these closets, I really want to point out. These are the little things, folks. When we see so many homes, you realize the difference between a good builder and an average builder or a production builder. This is a nice touch. So let's look at secondary bedroom number 1. There are 3 secondaries up here. They all have ensuite full bathrooms. So Morgan, come this way. I also want to point out that the windows do open, at least one does here in all of the bedrooms. And then large picture window here facing out over the front of the home. And this is a very spacious room. I mean, we've been in primary bedrooms that were maybe not quite as large as this, right? All right, so let's come here into the bathroom and I'll let you go inside. But nicely done. You have LED backlit mirror, beautiful flooring. And this is another signature we've seen in their homes where you have this two-tone flooring with the strip. And Morgan, if you pan around to your right, folks, you can see how the strip in the floor matches the strip going up, floor to ceiling basically, full tile wrapping all the way around. This is beautifully done. All right, and then the closet. This is a secondary bedroom. Take a look inside there. I mean, you don't see this typically in production homes. This is truly a walk-in closet. It's not huge, but it's a walk-in closet, custom build out. Perfect. And then also want to talk about the fact that there's this large picture window here as well. So you're probably going to need to get some window coverings because those people will be spying on you. All right, follow me this way. All right, secondary bedroom number 2. And folks, we normally don't try not to show secondary bedrooms because sometimes it's a waste of time, but in a home like this, we feel we're obligated to show it. Look at the size of this room, and my God, look at the windows here. If I were building a house, I would definitely work with Mazan Construction. And the windows, not only are they framed, but look at the detail going around in the window sill here. Just absolutely beautiful. And 2 windows is not enough. They had to add a 3rd over here. This one opens. And Morgan, let's take a look at the bathroom here. And once again, the signature. Now, the other thing I want to point out is that each bathroom is done differently as far as the choice and the selection of materials that they use. But look at the beautiful porcelain floors here. And the combination with the white, with the gray, with the veins running through it. The glass border here, floor to ceiling tile, and the strip of the gray porcelain that comes down past the window into the shower area also continues here where I'm standing, and this gray matches this gray, and this comes together perfectly. Morgan, I'll let you step inside, and there's a walk-in closet in here as well. And not quite as large as the other one, but it's nice. Once again, it's a secondary bedroom. It's probably going to be a room for a child or a teenager. How much room do they need, right? All right, so now we're going to show you the third secondary bedroom. And also a large room. The flooring in here is amazing. I love the fact that there's no carpet.
Same.
Yeah, beautiful flooring, nice baseboards. The ceiling fan is very sleek, a nice design. You have two windows here, both of those open. And then step inside the bathroom. And they did something similar here, but they reversed the pattern. So now you have the white tile as your strip running all the way from the flooring up the middle of the shower. And the one thing I want to point out, Morgan, these are little touches that we notice, but let me step inside here and I'll point it out. Obviously it's mud set, but you see how the strip comes down? They even wrap that strip around inside the window area here. And as it comes down, it wraps inside this little niche as well. But if you notice, folks, the width and the size of this is the same as the window above. Attention to detail is just amazing in this house. I love the designer hardware they chose in here for your plumbing, the handheld, the smaller shower head here. I'm telling you, I wouldn't leave this house if I was a guest. It's over. All right. And then you have your closet here, and once again, a nice pocket door. So you can see that there. And Morgan, let's just take a peek inside. All right, so the second highlight for me is the primary bedroom and bath. So we're gonna go there next, so stick with us. All right, so it's time to show you this primary bedroom and bath. It's truly amazing. So stepping in, I love the fact that you kind of step into an entryway of the bedroom as opposed to just opening the door and being right in the bedroom. So you have this nice setup here, beautiful countertops, beverage refrigerator, nice countertop and cabinet here. You can do whatever you want with this area, but it's just nice. Come inside. This area is separate in a way from the primary part of the bedroom, because you have this beautiful tiled wall here. Great place for you to put your TV. And I could imagine you could put a TV on a swivel here, that if you're in this area, which is really your relaxing area in the bedroom, you can set up a chase, some chairs to watch the TV facing this way. But if you're not done with the TV, you swivel it around and it can face into the primary part of the bedroom. Morgan, I also want to point out, if you look up, you have this tray ceiling with the LED lighting on the inside. This is really nice. And then look at the design. They didn't do the same window, I don't believe, practically anywhere in this house. So you have three nice long linear windows here. Also look at the detail in the window sills. Beautiful. Step inside the primary bedroom. These windows on the headboard wall open. Really nice ribbon-like ceiling fan. And also in the tray, you have some LED lighting. This is a very sexy bedroom. All right, folks. Now, continuing with this kind of fluted wood paneled wall leading into the bathroom, I do want to point out that you have your pocket doors here on each side. So this is nicely done, so you can close it off. And as Morgan did in the last video, welcome to the primary. So this is nice to have these sliding pocket doors here. But folks, look at the presentation of this bathroom. I mean, it's breathtaking. You have a standalone jetted soaking tub. I think we've seen this in the last home of theirs we filmed. And this is the second time I've seen a jetted standalone tub like this. And the shape of it, it's just beautiful. Really nice large bathroom. I love the fact that the vanities, the basins are on opposite sides of the bathroom and they really mirror each other. So what's really cool about it, beautiful countertops, nice drawers here, plenty of open cabinet space below, and the signature touch with the LED lighting facing inside, the nice linear window. But they didn't stop there, folks. They could have just done wall at the top, but they put a mirror going across the top to match your main mirror here. And then if you look at the opposite side, there's no window there, so they took the mirror all the way up. Now, the surprise feature for this primary bathroom is it has his and her toilets, or water closets, I should call it. So here on the right is one of your water closet. There's cabinetry above. This is also done with a pocket door, also the same type of doors that we've seen throughout the home. And on right here in the middle, behind the soaking tub, obviously I should have pointed out earlier, but look at the presentation of the shower. And you know what, Morgan? What we didn't do is we hadn't put the light on. All right, so I'm going to step inside here because I want the folks to see how big this space is. And so once you're inside, you have this huge rain head in the middle, but then you have separate controls for the handheld. So Morgan, if you come around, you have your handheld 1 and 2, and then look here is your knobs to turn it on. Whether you're going to use the rain head above or you're going to use the handheld, you can do that from either side. And instead of having one shampoo bottle niche, they did 2. So everybody is covered. His and her water closets, his and her shower bottle niches, his and her handhelds, his and her sinks. This is beautiful. Now, we are going to show you the primary closet. And a lot of times you go into closets and they have carpet. I love the fact, I've already said this, but I'm going to say it again. I love the fact there's no carpet in here. But folks, definitely leave us a message in the comments. What do you think of this home so far? We absolutely love it. We hope you do as well. As I mentioned earlier, definitely reach out if you'd like to arrange a private tour to see this home. Now, look at this closet. I don't know where they're getting their closets from. This is not your typical California closet, custom closet. So I love the fact that these have the glass front doors. You have the LED lighting going on the bottom, up the sides. You have drawers that are built in. Those are also soft close. And this pattern continues. And when you get to the one on the end, they staggered the drawers. So you see you have 2 drawers here, 1 in the middle here, 2 here on the upper side, and then they put these 2 on the lower part of this particular cabinet. Really nice presentation.
And it goes all the way up to the ceiling. So there's no dead space.
No dead space. And it just drives me nuts when we go into some of these $2 and $3 million homes and they did not take the closet all the way to the ceiling. You would think, and it's not always the case, but people who typically have $2, $3, $4 million homes tend to have a lot of wardrobe. They need to maximize those closets. So this is really thoughtful design. More, if you step around on this side, you'll notice that the counters in here match the counters out where the basins are, and you have built-in drawers here. Soft close as well. This is a really nice vanity area. And look at this, folks. When you open up the closet, LED lighting on the inside. You have built-in drawers down here as well as here. I mean, just beautifully done.
Very thoughtful.
Very thoughtful design. Another nice window allowing some natural light to come inside. And the size of this vanity area, look at it. It's spacious. So all you need is a light here. It's perfect. And then the design of the island in the middle, let's talk about that because this is the first time we've seen something quite like this. So you have your 3 drawers on that side, you have another 3 on this side, but the middle is open. So if you need to sit down while you're putting on your shoes or whatever, you have some seating space here. Really nicely done. And then this side here, as far as the cabinets, matches exactly the same configuration on the opposite side of the closet. I like the circular light fixture here. And then you have another wardrobe closet. They haven't put shelves in just yet, but well, they're there. They just haven't placed them.
Mirrors as well.
And mirrors, I mean, 2 mirrors. A lot of times you see 1 mirror. So this is just a beautifully designed home. All right, so let's finish up on the second floor. We have one more to show you. It's not gonna be as dramatic because it's the laundry room, but let's share it. Now, what I do want to say about the laundry room, Morgan, pan down to the floors. I don't even know what type of tile this is. It looks like glass, like almost an aqua color. It's beautiful. You have a sink in here. You have storage space galore. Look at the size of this closet. So this is a great place if you had a vacuum, mops, brooms, what have you. And then look at the design of the cabinet that they built that will go over top your washer and dryer. It even has storage space here.
And that's new.
Yeah, folks, we don't see things like this in your typical home. We don't see this in a lot of custom homes that we've toured. And then also, the window in the laundry room opens as well. I don't know what else to say about this home. It's spectacular. To be in Upper Kirby area of Houston for a little over $2 million, this is really an exceptional value. If you go up and down this block, folks, you're going to see a lot of older homes that may have been priced at $600,000, $700,000, $800,000. Builders are coming in, those homes are being purchased, and they are leveling them and putting up beautiful homes like this. So this is a great opportunity for you. So that concludes the latest episode of Inside Houston Real Estate. Folks, if you'd like some more information on this home, kindly reach out to my daughter Morgan and I. Our contact information is in the description below. And lastly, please consider subscribing to our channel. It really helps us bring these home tours to you. Definitely leave a comment. We'd love to hear from you. Hit that bell so you get notified when we release new videos each and every week. And once again, I'd love to give a huge thank you to Bardia Sammy of Mazan Realty for allowing this tour to take place. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you on the next one.